Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji, now good. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 10, the discussion between Jadabharata and Maharaj Rahugana. Shri Sukha Uvacha Atha Sindhu Sauvirapate Raghunasya Vrajatah Ikshmatas Tate Tatkulapatina Shibika Vaha Purushanveshana Samaye Daive Nopasaditah Sadvijavara Upalabdha Esha Piva Yuva Samhananango Gokharavad Duram Vodum Alam Iti Purva Vishti Grihitai Saha Grihita Prasabham Athad Arha Uvacha Shibikam Sa Mahanubhavaha. Shukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, after this, King Rahugana, the ruler of the states known as Sindhu and Sauvira, was going to Kapilashrama. When the king's chief palanquin carriers reached the banks of the river Ikshumati, they needed another carrier. Therefore, they began searching for someone, and by chance they came upon Jadabharat. They considered the fact that Jadabharat was very young and strong and had firm limbs. Like cows and asses, he was quite fit to carry loads. Thinking in this way, although the great soul Jadabharat was unfit for such work, they nonetheless unhesitatingly forced him to carry the palanquin. यदा हि द्विजावरस्येषु मात्रावलोकानुगतेर्न समाहिता पुरुषगतिस्तव तदा विषमगतां स्वशिबिकां रघुगण उपधार्य पुरुषाम् अधिवहत आह हे वोधार सा वोढारः साध्वा अतिक्रमत किम् इति विषमम् उह्यते यानम् इति. The palanquin, however, was very erratically carried by Jadabharata due to his sense of non-violence.
Screen is not shared.
Screen is not shared.
Yeah.
Okay. We are here. The palanquin, however, was very erratically carried by Jadabharata due to his sense of non-violence. As he stepped forward, he checked before him every 3 feet to see whether he was about to step on ants. Consequently, he could not keep pace with the other carriers. Due to this, the palanquin was shaking, and King Rahugana immediately asked the carriers, why are you carrying this palanquin unevenly? Better carry it properly. अथ त ईश्वरवचः सोपालम्बम् उपाकर्णयो कर्णयोपाय तुरीयाच चङ्कित मनसस्तं विज्ञापयां बभूवुः. When the palanquin carriers heard the threatening words of Maharaj Rahugana, they became very afraid of his punishment and began to speak to him as follows. Navayam naradeva pramatta bhavan niyamanupataha sadva eva vahamaha ayam adhunaiva नियुक्तोऽपि न द्रुतं व्रजति नानेन सह वोढुम् ऊह वयं पारयाम इति. O Lord, please note that we are not at all negligent in discharging our duties. We have been faithfully carrying this palanquin according to your desire, but this man who has been recently engaged to work with us cannot walk very swiftly. Therefore, we are not able to carry the palanquin with him. सांसर्गिको दोष एव नूनम् एकस्यापि सर्वेषां सांसर्गिकानां भवितुम् अर्हतीति निश्चित्य निशम्य कृपणवचो राजा रहुगण उपासित वृद्धोऽपि निसर्गेण बलात् कृत ईषद् उत्थित मन्युर् अविस्पष्ट ब्रह्म तेजसं जात वेदसम इव रजसावृत matir aha. King Rahugana could understand the speeches given by the carriers who were afraid of being punished. He could also understand that simply due to the fault of one person the palanquin was not being carried properly. Knowing this perfectly well and hearing their appeal, he became a little angry. Although he was very advanced in political science and was very experienced, his anger arose due to his inborn nature as a king. Actually, King Rahugana's mind was covered by the mode of passion, and he therefore spoke as follows to Jadabharata, whose Brahman effulgence was not clearly visible, being covered like a fire covered by ashes. अहो कष्टं भ्रातर्व्यक्तम् उरु परिश्रान्तो दीर्घम् अध्वानम् एक एव ऊहिवान् सुचिरं नाति पीवान संहननाङ्गो जरसा चोपद्रुतो भवान् सखे नो एवापर एते संघटिन इति बहु विप्रलब्धोऽपि अव्यदया रचिता द्रव्यगुणा कर्माशया स्वचरम कलेवरे अवस्तुनि संस्थान विशेषेऽहं ममेति अनध्यारोपित मिथ्या प्रत्ययो ब्रह्म भूतस्तूष्णीं शिबिकां पूर्ववद् उवाच. King Rahugana told Jadabharata, "How troublesome this is, my dear brother. You certainly appear very fatigued because you have carried this palanquin alone without assistance of a long time and for a long distance. Besides that, due to your old age, you have become greatly troubled. My dear friend, I see that you are not very firm nor very strong and stout. Aren't you fellow carriers cooperating with you? अतः पुनः शिबिकायां विषमगतायां प्रकुपितः उवाच रघुगण किम् इदम् अरे त्वं जीवन्मृतो मां कदर्थी कृतभर्तृ शासनम् अतिचरसि प्रमत्तस्य च ते करोमि चिकित्सां दण्डपाणिरिव जनताया यथा प्रकृतिं स्वां भजिष्यस iti. Thereafter, when king saw that his palanquin was still being shaken by the carriers, he became very angry and said, "You rascal, you are doing what are you doing? Are you dead despite the life within your body? Do you not know that I am your master? You are disregarding me and are not carrying out my order. For this disobedience, I shall now punish you just as Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, punishes sinful people. I shall give you proper treatment so that you will come to your senses and do the correct thing." एवं अबद्धम् अपि भाषमानं नरदेवाभिमानं रजसा तमसानुविद्धेन मदेन तिरस्कृताशेष भगवत्प्रियनिकेतं पंडितमानिनं स भगवान् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मभूतः सर्वभूतसुहृदात्मा योगेश्वराचार्यायां नाति व्युत्पन्नमतिं स्मयमान इव vigata smaya idam aha, they thinking himself a king. King Rahugana was in the bodily conception and was influenced by material nature's modes of passion and ignorance. Due to madness, he chastised Jada Bharat with uncalled for and contradictory words. Jada Bharata was a topmost devotee and the dear abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although considering himself very learned, the king did not know about the position of an advanced devotee situated in devotional service, nor did he know his characteristics. Jada Bharata was the residence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He always carried the form of the Lord within his heart. He was the dear friend of all living beings and he did not entertain any bodily conception. He therefore smiled and spoke the following words. ब्राह्मण उवाच त्वयोदितं व्यक्तिम् अविप्रलम् अपि sorry ब्राह्मण उवाच त्वयोदितं व्यक्तम् अविप्रलब्धं भर्तुः समे स्याद् यदि वीरभारः गन्तुर्यदि स्यात् अधिगम्यम् अध्वा पीवेति रासो न विदां प्रवादः. The great Brahmana Jadabharata said, "My dear king and hero, whatever you have spoken sarcastically is certainly true. Actually, these are not simply words of chastisement, for the body is the carrier. The load carried by the body does not belong to me, for I am the spirit soul. There is no contradiction in your statements because I am different from the body. I am not the carrier of the palanquin, the body is the carrier. Certainly, as you have hinted, I have not labored carrying the palanquin, for I am detached from the body. You have said that I am not stout and strong, and these words are befitting a person who does not know the distinction between the body and the soul. The body may be fat or thin, but no learned man would say such things of the spirit soul. As far as spirit soul is concerned, I am neither fat nor skinny. Therefore, you are correct when you say that I am not very stout. Also, if the object of this journey and the path leading there were mine, there would be many troubles for me. But because they relate not to me but to my body, there is no trouble at all. स्थौल्यं कार्श्यं व्याधय आदयश्च क्षुत्रुद्भयं कलिर्इच्छा जरा च निद्रारतिर्मन्युरहं मदः शुचो देहेन जातस्य हिमेन सन्ति. Fatness, thinness, bodily and mental distress, thirst, hunger, fear, disagreement, desires for material happiness, old age, sleep, attachment for material possessions, anger, lamentation, illusion, and identification of the body with the self are all transformations of the material covering of the spirit soul. A person absorbed in a material bodily conception is affected by these things, but I am free from all bodily conceptions. Consequently, I am neither fat nor skinny, nor anything else you have mentioned. जीवन्मृतत्वं नियमेन राजन् आद्यन्तवद्यद् विकृतस्य दृष्टं स्वस्वाम्य भावो ध्रुव ईड्य यत्र तर्ह्य उच्यते सौ विधिकृत्य योगः. My dear king, you have unnecessarily accused me of being dead though alive. In this regard, I can only say that this is the case everywhere because everything material has its beginning and end. As far as you are thinking that you are the king and master and are thus trying to order me, this is also incorrect because these positions are temporary. Today you are a king and I am your servant, but tomorrow the position may be changed and you may be my servant and I your master. These are temporary circumstances created by providence. विशेषबुद् विशेषबुद्धिर्विवरं मनाक्ष पश्याम यन्न व्यवहारतोऽन्यत् Ka ishvarastatra kim ishithatvam tathapi rajan karavama kim te. My dear king, if you still think that you are the king and that I am your servant, you should order me and I should follow your order. I can then say that this differentiation is temporary and it expands only from usage or convention. I do not see any other cause. In that case, who is the master and who is the servant? Everyone is being forced by the laws of material nature, therefore, no one is master and no one is servant. Nonetheless, if you think that you are the master and that I am your servant, I shall accept this. Please order me. What can I do for you? उन्मत्तमद्द जडवत्स्वसंस्थां गतस्य मे वीरचिकीर्षितेन अर्थः कियान् भवता शिक्षितेन स्तब्धप्रमत्तस्य च पीठपेशः पिष्टपेशः. My dear king, you have said, "You rascal, you dull, crazy fellow, I am going to chastise you and then you will come to your senses." In this regard, let me say that although I live like a dull, deaf, and dumb man, I am actually a self realized person. How will you gain by punishing me? Sorry, what will you gain by punishing me? If your calculation is true and I am madman, then your punishment will be like beating a dead horse. There will be no effect. When a madman is punished, he is not cured of his madness. Hare Krishna. We'll cover the second part tomorrow, but we can very quickly go through this section of the conscious conversation of Jada Bharat towards this King Rahugana. Yeah, so we can understand here the first sloka in that there is a daivenopasaditah. Upasadita means to bring one closer, and daiva, yeah, when we are telling by chance, but in from a devotional perspective, there is nothing existing like by chance. Everything, even if something is happening, it's not happening without any reason, and that's why we say it's as a chance, or in mathematics we may call it as a probability. Here it is clearly mentioned purushan veshana samaye, when they are the carriers, the palanquin carriers, because they fell short of one carrier because he left all of a sudden in the middle. Then they found uh, they found Jada Bharata. Here it said Sadvija Vara Upalabdha Esha Piva Yuva. So here it says in that process he found a very young, very important. This first verse is telling that the carriers have seen someone who is what? What are the features of him? It says, consider the fact that Jada Bharat was very young, strong, had firm limbs. He was like cows and asses, means very, very built. He was quite fit to carry loads. Thinking in this way, they have unhesitatingly forced him to carry the palanquin. They didn't even consider more. They only saw the physical appearance. They thought physically fit, most qualified. Sometimes this is what happens, right? One may not know how to best engage a person. They just see from external appearance and see, oh, he is fit. No, there is more than just physical appearance and suitability. Here it is. It's very important to understand that things, especially in the lives of devotees, happen not by chance but only by divine chance. What do we call divine interventions? And of course, how it manifests is, for each devotee, this manifestation is different. For a particular devotee, he becomes all rich. For a devotee, he becomes all poor. For a devotee, he goes through all difficulties. Yeah, that one thinks, hey, how come a devotee can suffer like that? But the principle is important. Krishna uh, directs the devotees personally. This is also what we are praying. In fact, we are praying, please engage in your service, please engage in your service. So, Lord, we are asking, Lord, please become master. I want to be your servant. Uh, Ananyas chintayantamam yejanam paryupasate tesham nityabhiktayam yogakshemam vahamyaham. We should have complete faith in Krishna that when I am tesham ananyas chintayantamam. This is, it's a always remembering, focusing on me, mam. Ye jana paryupasate. Tesham nitya abhiyuktanam. Not just once, yeah, engaged in, always absorbed in me, serving me. Then what happened? To them, I take care of them. Yoga kshemam vahamya aham. Lord is very clearly saying that I will come personally take care of such a devotee. And that means here in this case of Jada Bharat, it was that it was not a coincidence that out of blue or out of chance. No, this is a divine intervention that happened. Hmm? So, so those who always worship the Lord exclusively, he doesn't have to worry, because the Lord says, I will carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Hmm? So in this way, the Lord gives what we need and Lord take away what we really don't need. Hmm? So the goal should be to perform exclusive devotion. Exclusive means always, yeah, highest priority in our life should be devotion, exclusive. But what we do is we do exceptional devotion. Exceptional in one way, one may think exceptional means wow. Exceptional devotion means devotion with exception, means sometimes doing some devotion. No, exceptional, uh, mm, uncommon, unusual, abnormal. No, we should always engage. And in this case, what happened? The carriers of Raghugana thought, hey, he's very strong, perfect, let me take him. And then this is also what happens. This, I think in the purport it comes, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's what happens is the reason why Jadabharat, yeah, of course, was chosen to become the palanquin carrier was because, yeah, he was just roaming around. Yeah, of course, he was not doing a tour of world at that time. Mm. Of course, he got freedom from his brothers and sisters-in-laws and all the. So he he was saved by Kali by killing all the dacoits who wanted to kill him. Now he is free, and then he was going place to place, and then in this. So if people see us free, yeah, this is what the three palanquin carriers, they saw, hey, this, there is this one who is free and strong and all, why don't we engage him? A secret of devotional life or a devotee success is that to be busy, always engage in. Sometimes one may say, okay, what should I do now? Yeah, if you don't do anything, yeah, then you're caught up. Either Maya will catch you or something else will catch you. So the safest thing is always engage in devotion. Yeah. So if we roam around, there are possibilities. Yeah, there are people who want to put us in their work. Better is to do our work, right? And our work is very important. First, beware so that we take care of our work with priority. And this is what happens in today's world, na? Out of shyness or out of, what do you call this? Hesitation, not hesitation. What will other person think? Oh, so out of maybe we can say peer pressure. So usually people don't say that. Uh, um, no to someone else. Yeah? This is nice. Yeah, but usually we say, people say, I don't have time for myself. And of course that's true. Why? Because if we fall in the eyes of people who see you as their servants, and then you are gone case, yeah, everyone will come and then keep on asking you, can you do me that? Can you do me this? So then you cannot become Krishna's das, unless stay focused. And in the case of Jada, of course, he was absorbed, never carried a palanquin before. And when he was king, he was carried, right? Yeah, if we take two lives back, he himself was a king and he was carried by palanquins. But what happened? He knows how to carry uh, um, a deer in his previous life. Yeah, that was the reason, right, why he was caught up in the mm, in this attachment of this deer. Uh, Now he is supposed to carry a palanquin. So Srila Prabhupada writes that killing an animal or any other living being simply places an impediment in the way of his completing his term of imprisonment in a certain body. This is coming because, um, yeah, all living entities have to fulfill a certain duration for being encaged in a particular type of material body. They have to finish the duration allotted uh, a particular body before being promoted or elevated to another body. So one should be very careful what we are doing. And in this way, when he was carrying, uh, um, he he this time he doesn't want to get distracted, but yeah, because these guys were saying come and join, so palanquin, and then palanquin was shaking because he had no experience. Not only that, it's not that he didn't had experience, but he was extremely careful not to even stamp accidentally on any ant while he is walking. So in this business, his palanquin was shaking. Uh, and the palanquin carriers became afraid of punishment because the king said, shouted, uh, he was saying, what's happening? Uh, when the palanquin carrier and Maharaj Rahugana, they became very afraid of his punishment and began to speak, immediately, Navayam, it's not me, Navayam Naradeva Pramatta Bhavan Niyamanupataha. He's saying, oh Lord, it's not us. Yeah, we have hired accidentally, someone left and we had to hire a new one because he doesn't know how to carry. That's why we have this problem. Uh, Again, in this third shloka, we see that carriers became afraid of punishment and began to speak that is not their mistake, it's because of the new guys. So justification, and in the process of justification one throws the blame on others. In this way, the carriers were throwing blame on others. And uh, then palanquin carriers, who are they? Shudras. And who is Jadabharat? Is a Brahmana and also a great devotee. And Shudras, they didn't care for ants. Come on. They don't know what is sin. They don't know stamping ants. Oh, come on, meat eating itself is okay. What about ants are insignificant, tiny living beings. Jada cannot act like them because he is a Brahmana. When different class of men work together, difficulties arises. Labor class cannot understand executive class worship and find faults. Mismatch comes between conditioning and due to modes of material nature. We can see someone has a Vaishya mentality, someone has a Shudra mentality, someone has a Kshatriya mentality, and someone has a Brahman mentality. And when all these people come together, it becomes quite difficult. And here, in this case of um, who are the carriers? They were of a Shudra mentality. Who is Jadabharat? He was a mentality of Brahmana. What is the nature of Rahugana? He is the mentality of a Kshatriya. He is in the mode of passion. Although the king was very upright and advanced in political science and governmental management, he was nonetheless in the mode of passion, and therefore, due to a slight agitation, he became angry. Jadabharat, on the other side, due to spiritual advance, endured and remained silent. And because he was silent, and because one is in the mode of passion, king, he's thinking, hey, I am great than all the people who are there. So he spoke sarcastically or in a diplomatic way, because he still need the help of all the four palanquin carriers. So he said, you appear very fatigued because of carried this palanquin alone. Yeah, everyone know there who carried, all the four people had carried the palanquin. He's saying, hey, yeah, you seem to be tired because all alone. It seems that only you are carrying. Funny like that. And I think you have been carrying for very long time. Indirectly saying, hey, you can't you walk for even short time properly for a long distance? Have you become fatigued because we are being journeying for many days or long distance? uh, you are, I think, old age. That's why I think you have this problem. But we know the carrier said the Jada Bharat was young, and they said, He became greatly troubled. And he said, "My dear friend, you are not firm, not strong, not stout. Aren't you fellow carriers cooperating with you?" Huh? So, in this way, sarcastic words. The king has used sarcastic words. Sometimes we often hear, we should not give our hands, sorry, we should not give our life into others' hands. That is possible when one is in the mode of goodness. Of course, there are so many who are in the mode of passion, who are in the mode of ignorance, and also sometimes in the mode of passion. What they do is they try to pull our legs. But if one is matured enough and one is stable, one understands how to deal with such energies. He has no problem. This is what happens here. King, in the mode of passion, he was showing sarcasm. Huh? But king doesn't know who is this great carrier, who is this new carrier. He is freed from bodily conception, so sarcastic words of kings didn't at all affect him. In fact, sarcasm, what was that? Nothing for him. This in the verse 6 it says, um, the secret of handling sarcasm is very, very nice. We can understand from the 6th verse. It says, understanding of self, that I am not this body. This is a blessing. If one is self realized, he attains peace. How? Because he knows that I am not this body. Whatever is coming, it is to this body. No worries. If some understanding of the self, that is, I am not this body. Hence, Jadabharat didn't protest when dacoits took him to kill. And here is not rebelling or getting hurt or start to counteract. No. Asango hi ayam purusha. Spirit soul is always unaffected by asangoyam. Sangha means material nature, asangoyam unaffected. It is only gross and subtle body that are affected. So thereafter, when the king saw that his palanquin was still being shaken, and that's how he is saying, "Are you dead despite the life within your body?" He started chastising even more strongly. Hmm. He's saying, "Was it his fault?" Bharat Maharaj displeased the king in spite of king's attempt to correct. Come on, what was his fault? He did he have any theoretical knowledge of how to carry palanquins? Did he know any knowledge about etiquettes of how to manage all these things? No previous experience, no practical lessons, no theoretical lessons. He didn't apply for any job. Oh, I want this job. Oh, I am having hunger. No, nothing. He was just forced to do. King's word didn't scare him nor train him. King became very angry. In spite of sarcastically teasing him and also chastising him, Jadabharat didn't take anything to him. But when he further was carrying, the palanquin was still moving, and now the king became very angry. Now his true diplomacy is gone. Yeah, sometimes people may have diplomacy to only certain level. They can have duplicity, like do something, tell something, and think something and want something, all these combinations. But when one becomes anger, then his true nature comes out. Here then Nija Bhasha, the true language of such a person comes out. And then beyond diplomacy, he started saying, "Hey, you rascal, what are you doing? Are you dead? Uh, do you know that I am your master? I will punish you like Yamaraj. I will give you proper treatment, that do the things correctly thereafter." He was thinking, and then Rahu Gana was in the bodily conception, and due to madness was chastising Jadabharat with uncalled for contradictory words. Uncalled contradict. He didn't want to say something, but what he spoke was contradicting itself. Why? Because Jadabharat was a top devotee. Hmm? uh, was the abode of the Supreme Personality, which means he is a devotee and the Lord is always present in himself, just like a temple. Temple is the abode of the Lord, Dhama. Inside that is the Lord residing. So it is also, it's not temple is something very, that's why you remember Bhakti Bhushan Maharaj was mentioning, yeah, yeah, one doesn't lean on instruments, or one doesn't lean on the temple walls or temple because temple is considered as the Lord, or abode of the Lord, or even Balaram. So one should be careful what we are doing in the temple, and we should be very careful not to. One should be very careful to follow the Hari Bhakti Vilas of the standards of maintaining um, quality in the temple. Mm. So, and then here it says, "Dear friend of all living beings, didn't didn't entertain any bodily conception. So he didn't become angry. Rather, he smiled and began to deliver teachings to the king." Huh? Huh? So here, the teachings of Jada, yeah, we will just start, yeah, from the 9th verse to the 13th or 14th verse. But after that, it goes more deeper. He's saying, "I am not the carrier of the palanquin." Oh, what you said is right, huh? It's the body. I am not the body. So I have not labored carrying it. So here he was detaching himself from the connection of the suffering of the body. Wow. Means the spirit soul is completely different from what we are thinking. Well, our identity, when I am thinking, I am feeling as soon as the pain, the body is exposed to extreme cold, extreme heat, and I start feeling suffering. That is because we are still mm, sensitive and conscious of the materialistic transformations that are happening to this body, and because of that we are so much connected that we start feeling it's as if like directly to me. Hmm? And I said stout, strong are characteristics of the body and not spirit. I'm a spirit soul. I'm neither fat nor skinny. Therefore, you are correct. What you said, I am not very stout. Nature of mind and spirit are not the same. So this is all what the teachings he said. And then he said further, um, the the 10th one, staulyam karshyam vyadaya adhayasya kshutrud bhayam kalir ichha jaracha निद्रा रतिर्मन्युर अहम मदः सुचो देहेन जातस्य हिमेन संति. He's saying fatness, thinness, bodily and mentally distress, thirst, hunger, fear, disagreement. All these things are uh, um, of the body within the self are all transformations of the material covering of the spirit soul. So it is the covering that is changing due to which we feel these things are happening. In reality, a person absorbed in material body is affected by these things, but I am free from all bodily conceptions. In fact, in the Prabhupada, the essence is saying is the duality or transformation of the material covering of this body. So, Srila Prabhupada says it is not possible for everyone to become immediately self-realized like Jada Bharat. Hmm. But one should understand nashta prayesh abadreshu nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki, which says one should nashta prayesh abadreshu. By spreading the Bhagavad principles, we can raise human society to the platform of perfection. That is the beauty of Bhagavatam. Like how we are in the journey of transforming our life for a betterment, for perfection, because we are walking on the path of perfection by embracing Bhagavatam. We should give everyone such opportunity. That's why don't feel shy to share what you are getting. Don't feel shy by asking others to take part in these kind of Bhagavatam sessions or Bhagavad Katha. Yeah. The more we advance our freedom from the bodily conception, the more we are fixed in devotional service. At the moment we are thinking, oh no, people will think we are crazy, or they may think we are mad or fools. That's why instead of getting um, what an embarrassment, so no, let's not do that. No, rather we should understand the value of what we are enjoying and appreciate it, and we say, it's not that even if they think we are mad because they are mad, let's give a chance so that they can also come out of madness. Srila Madhvacharya says that those who are too materially affected continue the bodily conception. Such persons are concerned with different bodily symptoms, whereas one freed from bodily conceptions, lives without the body, even in the material condition. What does that mean? A devotee in the material world where we are living, whether it is Japan, Germany, China, wherever, a devotee, because he understands he is not this body, because his dealings are not bodily based, that's why even while staying in the world, he is called Nitya Mukta, means he is free from the material conditioning. Whereas if one is attached to material nature, then he is called Nitya Baddha. He is always enjoying, he wants always enjoyment, and what he gets is suffering. Jivan mritatvam niyamena rajan is saying, my dear king, you have unnecessarily accused me of being dead, though alive. In this regard, I can only say that this is the case everywhere because everything matter has its beginning and ending. Uh, so, Jada Bharat is telling, hey, identity crisis. Yeah? He's giving identity crisis is the cause of suffering. He is saying because we identify ourselves with the body, bodily conception, that is the basis for suffering. Actually, no one is master within the material world. For everyone is under the control of material nature, which is under the control of the Supreme Lord. So that's why Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Bhratya. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it said Ekela. Ekale Ishvara Krishna. Ishvara means controller or the master. Ekala, only one. And then Arasabha, remaining everyone are Bhratya means servants. Forgetfulness of our relationship with the Supreme Lord brings about our suffering in this world. And then, yeah, then it said, if he is telling to the king, if you think you are king and I am your servant, you should order me. I should follow your order. But this differentiation is temporary. Hey man, be careful. Now you are thinking you are master. Tomorrow, you may become servant. That's why I'm saying it is just applied as a convention and is not natural position. For a matter of if someone is getting into a company or if one begins a drama or theater, if one gets onto the stage, it's only a matter for that time. If two persons are there, in one drama one is a master and the other one is his servant, yeah, in the next drama it may swap. Huh? No one is master, no one is servant. But if you think so, I shall accept this. Please order me. What can I do for you? In the purport, there is this nice reference given in the 12th one. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Aham Mameti. One thinks I am this body, and in this body relationship, he is my master, he is my servant, she is my wife, and he is my son. All these conceptions are temporary due to the inevitable change of body and the arrangement of material nature. Hmm. And the other reference given is due to why are we having like this? Sinful enemy of this world. What is that? Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhava, Mahasano, Mahapapma, Vidhe na Miha Vairinam. Uh, and Maya is so powerful. Hmm. Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhava. This Kama and Krodha are coming from where? From Rajoguna, from the mode of passion. And what is this mode of passion? It is one of the energies of the modes of material nature. What is this? Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. So this Daivesha Gunamai, this Maya, which is also one of the energies, external energy of the Lord, Mam Eva Ye Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. It is very, very difficult to get out of it, but Mam Eva Ye Prapadyante. If one surrenders to me, then Mayam Etam Tarantite, one can just overcome or you cross over this Taranti, wants to overcome Maya is very easy. One can escape. So you called me rascal, dull, crazy fellow. I am going to chastise you. This is what he said. Fact is that I am self-realized. What will you gain by punishing me? Just like if there is a madman and if you punish him, what is the use? Will he change? Will he become good man? Hmm? Will the punishment cure the disease? Yeah, this is what he is saying. Thieves, in the purport it's mentioned, for example, yeah, Thieves steal everything risky. So even though risky, thinks it gives happiness. Despite repeated punishment, thief cannot give up his stealing habit. Therefore, the punishment is useless. Uh, this is what the first eye opener for King Rahugana, that hey, don't be carried away with all those things like okay, by punishment things will change. By no, punishment will not change because I am not in that condition, because punishment is to the body. Yeah, and whatever you are saying, chastising, I'm not scared for these things because uh, I am having uh, right understanding of self-realization. Okay, let's stop here. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anyone want to share anything? Any questions, thoughts?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Uh,
Krishna.
this reminded me of the one Shakespeare play I remember from high school where it says all the world's a stage.
Yeah.
All the men and women are merely players. They have their exits and their entrances.
Hmm.
So I
Have
guess
you seen a
it's
very old movie called Circus?
no.
There's a very old movie by Raj Kapoor. Yeah. What is that? There is a song. Jeena yaha, marna yaha, iske siwa jana kaha. Yeah. And of course, he was narrating everything that circus, everything is a circus. Whatever Shakespeare was telling as a stage, that the learnings are put in such a way that everything is a circus. Yeah, someone will come. In long time ago, I was comparing the. Have you gone to Kirmes?
No, Prabhu.
Kirmes, you didn't go.
Curious.
Exhibitions in India.
No, no.
Any rides or all these Fantasia Land, all these kind of things.
Yeah, I've been to not in India but outside.
Yeah, yeah, you have been. So you may see some rides are very crazy rides, and some are okay, sattvic, some are very passionate, some are of ignorance. Have you seen, you go into a tent from one side and you will go through mirrors and devils and all these things, and you come
Hmm.
outside, huh?
Yeah.
All this blood, and they yeah, if you stamp you will fall down, all this kind of. So it's just like this kind of place where you go in, everyone has his own favorite entertaining things. Yeah. So you go inside that, and then based on what is your mode, you go there, and afterwards you come out, isn't it? Until then, for that time, you start feeling, hey, wow, wow, I'm properly entertained. Yeah, but we just go into the circles, go again and again and again. Yeah, there are these nice food. Food also are of three kinds. You can see some food are okay, sattvic, like what is that? A coconut soaked in some water, or running water. They keep, and okay, you can have nice. And then there is very strong fried foods, and then there is also what is it? Some drinks, huh? So all kinds of food, all kinds of entertainment. Yeah, but when you are outside, do you still behave like that?
No,
Yeah.
just for that
Yeah,
temporary.
as soon as we get into that mood, huh? We are getting into the influence of the modes of nature. Similarly, when we came into
Mm.
this world, we also picked up what we liked based on the mode of nature that we have.
Right.
Anyway, philosophical touch. Okay, good. Then we'll continue this chapter tomorrow. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhya vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Randhar Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. We are conducting this Bhakti Shastri starting from this Friday. If someone is interested to strengthen deep